Now, that's just me, but I wouldn't, because I would say, what's your vision? Like, do you believe that I'm winning, but I could be
Well,
winning more?
that's great
Or
coaching
winning
right
to a
there
higher
because you
degree?
want to get
Or
to a
it's the
common.
margin for error thing.
Hey, you're trying to get to a common ground now. So my question would be, do you think those guys are trying to get to a common ground? Without further ado, my friend, Big Z, Zander Krause joins us now. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Big Silz? How you doing, brother?
What's going on here, man? A lot of laughing today. That's for damn
Yeah,
sure.
no doubt about it. Great show today. A couple good guests, man. Couple good guests. I like
And they
that
all
JD
brought
guy,
it too,
man.
man, right?
What's that?
They all brought it too.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that, Coach Jason Brown, man. I just like people who have a take, have a take, back it up. It's his opinion. He states it loud and proud, and he lives with the pushback. I respect it.
Absolutely. Impact of Lane Johnson not being on the football team potentially the rest of the year. And I agreed with what you said this morning. I think it's optimistic to think he's back for the regular season. I'm thinking you want to get that bye more so now with home field advantage so that you can get him another week and to hopefully and potentially get him back for a divisional round game. The impact that you think, let's get it to 200. Yeah, that's right, guys. Let's get the likes to 200, please. The impact you think he has on the football team moving forward.
Whenever you lose a player of that caliber, it's obviously an impact. I think it'd be a bigger impact if this team was winning a different way. If you look at the team right now, for example, if Lane Johnson went down at this time in the 2024 season, I think this would be a much bigger deal. And that's not to try and delegitimize the loss of Lane Johnson. Whenever you lose a player like this, like I mentioned, it's a big loss. But we're not necessarily winning offensively right now. We're not running the ball well, and we're not passing the ball well, and pass protection is not a problem at all for this team. Despite what people are saying about offensive line problems, I get it, but that's not a problem right now. So it's a loss. Don't get me wrong, but the makeup of this team hasn't been based on the offense at all this year, really. You know what I mean? So how can you say it's going to really throw things off? Now, again, that's not the delegitimize the loss of Lane. It's a massive loss, but I think the bigger thing there is they were finally able to run the ball with that big Fred package that they were using with the 6 offensive linemen. Now you move Fred to the right tackle. Who comes in for that bit, that package? And the other thing is, because I was thinking about this, and I was actually rewatching the game last night. Has Saquon lost a step? Potentially he has. But 5 guys are never going to be able to block 8 guys.
No.
Ever. 5 guys can't block 8 guys. And right now, the Eagles have not threatened teams really at all consistently through the air on the outside, which is allowing teams to just condense and play a brand of football that's hard to run against. So I think you lose some from that area because that big Fred package was what they were able to do. It's easier to block 8 when you have 6 as opposed to 5, but maybe that changes a little bit. Big loss because I think, at the end of the day, you're trying to get this offense going. And it's easier to do with Lane Johnson than without, right? So got to keep an eye on that.
Here's what I'm trying to convince people of. I think the problem that you're having in your run game and in your pass game all goes to the inability of the offense to utilize Jalen Hurts' wheels. And I'm going to make 2 examples for you. Don't you agree the one thing that you notice in the Aaron Rodgers game of today with him with the Steelers, him getting out in the perimeter and being that weapon that he was when he was with the Green Bay Packers and he was winning all those MVPs and creating passing lanes and creating space. He's one of the best throwers, not only in the pocket, Xander, but he was one of the best passers on the move. And it created with his wheels more separation in space in the zones. It just created more open space. Well, he's limited now. He's not able to do that. So what's happened? It's the elevation of turnovers. Russell Wilson, you see the same thing because these are older players. That's their excuse. What you're getting with Hurts is the inability for them to want to run and have him run. Now, my question comes back to you. And since you're a big Eagle guy, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know what an historian you are on this. Isn't this one of the things that Donovan McNabb started fighting at the end of his career where he didn't want to be known as a running quarterback. He wanted to be known as a pocket passing quarterback. And he took that element away from his game. And I think that hurt his game. Yeah. And that's what escorted him out of town. Now,
Donovan was a different.
Do
He
you
was a
think this
different.
is by design that Hurts wants to be known more as a pocket passer so he could be looked at with the rest of those guys? Because, Zander, here's the numbers. This is now 27 games. You're ranked 28th after 27 games.
Yeah,
Nothing's changed from a year ago. Help me out on this.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a fair comp by you. I think Donovan ran the ball a little bit different in that he was always still looking downfield. He had a big arm, Donovan.
He did.
He
was more of a pocket guy for sure.
Yeah, right, with mobility. But I think that's a fair take. I mean, maybe that is something that Jalen is doing, but he should stop doing it if that's what he's doing. I mean, he's not like Donovan in that he doesn't have that type of arm talent. And that's not even a knock on Jalen. They're just different types of players. I mean, Donovan had a cannon of an arm. He should run the ball more. I mean, it opens things up for him on offensively.
And the run game.
And the run game. It'll force defenses to play them differently. So, if that is, I think it's a fair comp by you to point that out and say, is that what's happening? If it is, I would say that they should stop doing that. But maybe it is. I mean, Hurts probably is smart enough to know that if you make all your hay on running as a quarterback, you're not going to last nearly as long. You know what I mean? But
look at Cam. Look at Vic. Look at all those dual threat guys. They got banged up at the end of their careers. I mean, Cam Newton was a shell of himself in his last 3 years of his career. He was just a shell of himself.
Yeah. Now, I think Jalen is a much smarter runner. Now, I'm going to say something, and I hope people are going to take this the wrong way, but I'm going to say it anyway. Please don't take this the wrong way, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's amazing that Jalen hasn't had an injury in his career.
Oh, my God. It's a great take.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's a smart runner. He's a very smart runner. He knows how to take hits. He knows how to manage contact. He knows when to get down, when to get out of bounds. Now, he's done it a lot more than he did early, but I just mean most quarterbacks that run the ball a lot, they do get banged up.
Remember what Phil said. You have more control of you running in space. When you run, you can know when to get. He does a better job of getting. Hey, dude, I saw Trevor Lawrence try to get down and try to slide. That guy looks like a goofball trying to get down.
He can't do it at all.
He can't
do it at all.
Really good at that. Like,
right.
He's really gifted at knowing how to protect himself.
Well, look, Hurts has great athletic ability. I mean, absolutely phenomenal athletic ability. So there's no denying that. But, yeah, I mean, I do wonder if that's something on his mind. I don't know. Do you think that's more Jalen or do you think that's more coaching? Is it the coaching in the organization protecting their investment, or is it Jalen that you think that's like, let me change my game to protect my future?
Let me put the player like AJ Brown into this. You think the perception is now that AJ Brown has lost a step because the targets and the numbers are down, and that he's aggravated with that perception, and that's why that targets went up? Angelo made a great point. So it's 30-mile-an-hour winds. You thought you'd get 8 targets and 30-mile-an-hour winds? It's fucking asinine. And you're right. So to me, I would think this. I think the perception, I think Jalen Hurts wants to be looked at as a guy who can get it done in the pocket. And I don't think he has that skill set. I think he can. I think he can, Zander, with his wheels.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like he wants to be looked at as he wins from the pocket. I think it's
why have they stopped?
Well, I think it's more just about his, trying to elongate his career, get better at the other things so that you can. I mean, who has a longer shelf life in the NFL?
Yeah,
running quarterback or guys who can dissect a defense?
But he hasn't gotten better. The offense hasn't gotten better.
They've taken a lot of. I mean, that's what I was asking to Prince. I don't know if you're still in here. I was trying to ask a basic question to Prince. I think he misunderstood me, which is fine. But the one thing I asked was, and I'm gonna pose this to all Eagles fans out there, and I'm not trying to bash. It's a question. How can we rationalize that Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback when the entire game plan right now for the quarterback is simply don't turn the ball over? That is not what you ask of elite players. That is not what you ask of elite quarterbacks. Now, Jalen Hurts plays his part in winning for this team. Absolutely. Jalen Hurts is not the reason this team wins. He plays his part. He's not the reason they win. I think it's a fair question at this point where, look, he's a good player. He's doing his job, but I'm tired of hearing, because I think that's a lot of times where our expectation comes from. We all talk about Jalen Hurts like he's this elite player. He's not really an elite quarterback. He's not. From the pocket, he's certainly not. And his play the last couple of years, he hasn't been.
He's an elite
So what
winner.
are we going off of? A year and 22? That's it? We're calling him elite?
He's an elite winner.
He's an elite winner, no doubt about it. How much of that has to do with, the team around him?
A lot. I'd say, how about this? I'd say 75% of that has a lot to do with where he is in the building now. I think the ability for him not to turn the ball over. And get this, I think one of the most important things that's not really talked about a lot is his lack of bitching about it. Can you imagine going to Josh Allen or Joe Burrow going, hey, we don't want you to really throw the ball or do any kind of thing here.
You would never do that.
You would never go to those guys.
It doesn't matter how good their roster is.
And ask them to do that.
It doesn't matter how good their roster is either. They would never do that. That's why it doesn't make sense. I mean, again, I'm not even asking that to try and have like a gotcha of like Jalen's not elite. That's not my point. My point is just I don't understand how this can be the game plan, and we can all sit back and say, hey, this is an elite quarterback. Let him free. Let him take the straitjacket off. I don't know. The two coaches, Kevin Patullo, for all the knocks on Kevin Patullo, this guy's been in the NFL for 16 years, Sileo. Now, it's his first year as an offensive coordinator. I'm not about to sit here
and say I didn't know that.
16 years he's been a coach in the National Football. I get it. Quality control. It's not all top gigs. You guys don't think this guy knows how to draw a crossing route? Really? You don't think he knows how to draw route concepts for wide receivers?
He may know how to draw one up. I don't know if he knows how to call one in a game.
But dude, that's all built in. That's pre-installed in the game plan. It's just calling it on the sheet on the fucking game on Sunday. Yeah. Now maybe there's a lack of feel for it.
That's what
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not even in their.
I don't think Vic goes by a sheet.
It's not in their offense though. Like it's not. That's what I mean. Where it's like, is it Nick that's risk averse and that's what the offense, or is Nick risk averse because? Why is Nick risk averse? Is it because of the quarterback, or is it solely because he thinks that's the best way to win? In other words, if he had a different quarterback, would he be this risk averse? I don't think so. It's a hard conversation. There's a lot of context to it with this Eagles team, but. I still remain where I was yesterday, dude, that we're a defensive football team. I feel so damn confident in this defense because you hold the Packers and the Lions to 16 collective points. You're getting better each week. Much different than the offense, who's had up moments, down moments, and it's kind of been a seesaw throughout the year. The defense has slowly stacked and gotten a little bit better each week. First 4 weeks, they didn't look close to elite. They looked like they had pieces. They didn't look close to elite. Following 4 weeks, they got a little bit better, a little bit more consistent, made things a little bit harder. Last 2 weeks out of the bye week, 2 dominant performances, the addition of Nakobe Dean and Jalen Phil. Like they're stacking. They're getting better. That train's on its way up as opposed to the seesaw offense.
You've succumbed to this. Let the defense eat. Let the defense continue to win games. Offense, do me a favor. Don't screw the game up.
Well, yeah. If you turn the ball over, then you're adding possession.
That's what you're saying. Don't screw the game up.
And that's what brings me back to my point of how is this a game plan for a team that has an elite quarterback with elite playmakers everywhere. Not like you have Josh Allen with no playmakers, and you're like, hey,
you're paying $200 million for a reason, dude.
Like, dude, it would almost make more sense if the Bills said this to Josh. Like, because they don't have the playmaker. So it's like, just don't turn it over because you're going to limit the opponent's chances. We won't need to score as many points that way. And then we can play a different brand of football. With this many playmakers, it's like, why are we letting everybody else dictate how we fucking play? Go out there and impose your will.
Because the offense can impose its will.
I agree. And James, you're right, because it's 40-2. They're 40-2 when they win the turnover differential. That stat is fucking amazing.
So the mentality right now in Philadelphia is, hey, the defense is getting better, and it's getting better and better. By the way, like I pointed out these numbers, right now they're 17th in total. Me, they're playing top 5. When I look at the offensive numbers, they're 25th in total. You're 28th in passing. You're 17th in rushing. And you're 28th in third down. That's who you are. I think the Eagle defense, when it says 17th there, these numbers are all trending up. The 2 most important numbers that tell you they're trending up? Scoring defense, they're 8th, and red zone, they're 3rd. That means you can get some yards inside the 20s on them. But when you get into the red zone, Zander, you're not going to put points up, and they're going to make you turn the ball over inside the red zone. That's how you win. That's championship football, dude.
Yeah.
That and the other numbers are going to come.
Yeah, I agree.
They're coming right now, okay? But the offense is just not. Hey, do you think Jalen Hurts, who has the lack of trust? I guess, how do you ask this question? Who has the least amount of trust for one another? Hurts for the coaches or the coaches for Hurts?
I think it's a two-way street. I think neither of them trust each other. I think who I think is most.
I think
on the
that's
same
the right
page?
answer.
You know who I think is most on the same page in all this, which is weird.
AJ Brown.
Wait a second. Leave AJ out. Keep the same members that you just brought up.
Okay.
I think Jalen and Nick are more on the same page that people think, just in that they're focused on the wins. I think you have Kevin Patullo, who obviously, as an offensive coordinator, has offensive goals. Do
you think AJ and KP are on the same page,
right?
And Hurts and Nick are on the same page?
Exactly.
And that's the divide.
That's just a speculation. I'm not saying that's just
Well, we're going to get to comments here in a minute on that, but I think that's a great fucking take. That, hey, listen, that's why when AJ comes out, he never has a problem with Kevin Patullo, does he? There's innuendos by Hurts with Kevin and Nick.
Well, people got to remember this too. Like, if you go over on social media, or if you look in really any Eagles earth, or you look on any Eagle website, or you search the web, or you look at even national media, like, I want everybody to take their fandom glasses off for a second and just think these are individuals, not only players, but coaches. They have their own goals, their own aspirations. They have to protect their reputations, their identities, all these different things. If you're Kevin Patullo, okay, and you're running this offense, whether it's Nick or Jalen, I don't even care. What do you think this narrative is creating around him as a play caller and as an offensive-minded guy? Like, there has to be some natural frustration that comes
animosity too.
People say my offense sucks, even if it's not what I want to call. Like, and that's where I wonder of just like, where is the human element in this offense becoming a little bit of a problem? Because it'll always be a part of this game. I know everybody wants to dumb it down to wins and losses, and we're a fan of the Eagles, and that's all we care about. But that ain't the only thing that's at play here, man. This isn't that
Nick Sirianni's job to get everyone on the same page, though. Why does it take the owner to fucking come off his yacht and to go on the field and to go in there and try to straighten this thing out? Isn't that Nick's freaking job?
Well, to some extent, but I mean, Nick has a different job Nick has a different outlook than Patullo, than AJ, than Lurie, than Hurts, than all of them. Okay. He just wants to win the game. And you could make an argument that Nick is made the right decisions as a head coach. Hear me out, okay? I get it. The offense blows. It might be Nick's philosophy. Hear me out, though. I own a business. Somebody put this in the chat. I think it was Morty. Morty, I'm going to give you credit. I think it was you. If I made decisions in my business that had a 95% success rate, okay, everybody who told me I was wrong, I would say, fuck you. I don't care if you don't like the way it looks. I'm hitting at a 95% clip. Nick Sirianni is winning at a 95% clip when they win the turnover battle. Like, can you really blame Nick for that? Hear me out. I get it. The offense is ugly. I understand.
No. I think
that's
it's bigger.
Crazy levels of success.
I think it's bigger than that, though. Okay. Well, if that's the case, and you're not wrong, that I'm winning at that percentage of a clip, well, then you got the wrong guys in the room, or I'm buying in.
That's I agree.
Then you got the wrong people in the room. You need to exit those guys. If those guys aren't buying into your philosophy, and you're not, Zander, if you said we're doing this, we're winning. Is it that? Or wait, if you said to me, we're doing it this way because we're winning and we need you to do it this way, and we're winning, and I hated it and I fought you, you'd fucking fire me because you have a vision. No, I
wouldn't. Now, that's just me, but I wouldn't, because I would say, what's your vision? Like, do you believe that I'm winning, but I could be winning more?
That's great coaching right there, because you want to get to a common
error thing.
Hey, you're trying to get to a common ground, though. So my question would be, do you think those guys are trying to get to a common ground?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, ours are for if you use us as a comparison, it doesn't work as well because we don't have a black and white metric as much as they do. wins and losses. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that. Our success can be gauged a lot of different ways.
Got it.
You know, so that's where that I think gets off the rails a little bit. But my whole point is that, like, I can understand if Nick is the reason for this, why he's doing it. At the very least, I can understand why he's doing it. And I can also understand why a guy like A.J. Brown, who's like, we're winning, but we don't have to skate by the seat of our pants. We don't have to be the worst offense in football. We don't have to call plays this way. You know, I can understand that as well. Jalen, I think, falls in the middle. Like, I think he's like, because remember, I've heard Jalen say several things. They let me out of my straitjacket was a comment he made a year ago. We got to stop playing to lose was a comment he made in week 3 versus the Rams to Pam Oliver after. He's also made comments, it's going to look how Jalen Hurts wants it to look. So there's been a couple conflicting comments from Jalen Hurts in that area. But I do think he really cares the most about winning, you know, and he's subscribed to that. Now, I want to give you this piece of information. Maybe it doesn't mean shit. In fact, I more lean to it doesn't mean shit, but I think you'll like it. So over on TikTok, the social media platform, Jalen Hurts' mom is very active. She loves TikTok. She posted a bunch of TikToks. She posted a TikTok at the game. Somebody commented on her TikTok and said, tell Jalen Hurts to throw the damn ball. Somebody replied to said comment and said, it's the offensive coordinator. Mrs. Hurts liked that comment, and it's public when they like it. So I saw that floating around on X that she did that. I don't know what it means. I just wonder, like, does Jalen call up his parents? I don't know. I call my parents. You guys call your parents?
I would.
You know what I mean? Is he like, you know, we're winning, but man, this offense is tough to play in sometimes. And his mom knows that? I don't know.
Those are the only people.
Mom or boy, man. You know,
Let me tell you this: when you're a football player, your aunt, your mom, and your agent.
Yeah, right.
Who you trust, bro.
Yeah, right.
The agent got you the money. Hey, by the way, too, don't be shocked if the agent is also going on the perception of all this Jordan stuff too. I have to have a bigger profile. People want you to be looked at in the line of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and all these other guys. Right. There's a lot of pressure on him, bro, to sit there and go like this, that he's the only quarterback in the league that has been questioned since college about his ability to throw the ball. And it's not left him. Bro, since
there's been a couple others, but it's never left them either. Like Justin Fields, same time.
Okay. Justin Fields? I don't want to really compare Jalen Hurts to that.
Josh Allen had a similar thing coming out of college at Wyoming. Remember, he had a cannon of an arm.
First 3 years, he was called
major inaccuracy. Yep, first 3 years, turnover machine, major inaccuracy problems with Josh Allen. Yep. So, you know, this is why I like listening to you know, Coach Jason Brown. And I get it. Some people don't like it because all they hear is that he's not a big Jalen Hurts guy. But if you listen to what he's actually explaining about the game of football, he's spot on. Like, even Josh Allen, as talented as he is, he's not learning the game like these other guys are, or they did in the past.
None of those guys throw on time.
Yeah, none of them. You know, that was such a good comment by him about the off-schedule shit. Dude, that's so true. Like, we do not have an on-schedule ever. We never have an on-schedule offense. You want to know why A.J. Brown's upset? That's why.
Isn't that crazy when he said this? He goes, most of the big plays he makes is off-schedule stuff.
Yeah.
It's nothing sitting back, drop back, throw it, and it's like you never see him drop back, boom, it's all of a sudden it's a big-time play.
Now, I also think that brings me to another good point. The off-script stuff brings you to another good point. That's not how offensive coaches think. So for all the people mad at Patullo, Jalen is a rare player. He's a very interesting player in that he wins at the clip he does. He makes tremendous plays when the play breaks down. Does a lot of things well. Adds a lot to a game that you can't account for. When you're an offensive coach, that is fucking brutal because you can't manage that. Like, think about this. Ben Johnson got asked a question the other day. Why don't you get your receivers more 50-50 balls? And he says, with all due respect, I don't look for 50-50 balls, okay? I scheme guys open. I try and scheme an on-schedule offense where guys are going to be able to exploit defenses and get the ball. 50-50 balls are when shit breaks down and you find the single coverage and you throw it up to your guy. Like that's how offensive coaches think, that was my point. Who can I scheme open and get him the ball on time, on target? Timing offense. Jalen doesn't run a timing offense at all. That's tough to live with as an offensive coordinator. That's not to say I'm bailing out Patullo or that Jalen's not right sometimes.
Well,
But it is something to keep in mind when you're thinking about the offensive coordinator and how he calls plays for a quarterback that makes 80% of his plays off schedule.
Let me add this to the mix too. When you're talking about consistency and you're talking about continuity, Elliott Shore-Parks just put this up, and I want to give him credit for it. The Eagles are 15th in pre-snap penalties with 26. 5 teams with the fewest pre-snap penalties. The stuff that you see when you're trying to set the line, you're trying to find protections, you're trying to find your pre-snap target are Seattle, Rams, Colts, Bills, and Bucks, all Super Bowl contending football teams. The Eagles are 15th right now in pre-snap penalties. You add the pre-snap penalties, the off-script stuff, the inconsistency of the run game and the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's like
you're all over the place right now.
Dude, that's an impossible.
Would we not agree? Would we not agree? This is the worst offensive attack since the Eagles have had the Nick Sirianni era. It's just fucking all over the place, dude.
Yep. And I mean, if you put all those factors together, I mean, anybody that thinks Patullo has an easy job.
And then you add the 3 and outs where you're 28th.
Well, that's where they really start to fuck up is when they get behind the sticks, First down run play doesn't work, pre-snap penalty. Those things have really killed this offense. I mean, this offense has not been able to make up for when they get, off track in terms of that. So
when they get one minus play, Zander, right? You notice this, when they have a minus play or almost even an incomplete pass, that's a death nail in that drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's challenging. This offense, there's so much context to this offense, man. I mean, it's interesting, but part of me understands a little bit more and more each day where Nick is coming from. Where it's like, dude, you got to think about all the variables we just talked about. Off-schedule offense, a lot of backyard stuff, a lot of when the play breaks down, a lot of playmaking. It's great. It's not something you can game plan around. Coordinator who's maybe struggling with feel for the game, struggling with some of the other stuff. Like if you're Nick and you're like, defense is coming alive, all right, if they just don't turn it over and I play the statistical game, if I limit their possessions and we get stops and we score at a 75% clip when we're in the red zone, even if
we're talented enough to win.
Right.
I think that is such a slim margin.
It's such dude, there's no denying that. Even Nick would admit that. It is such a slim margin. But they've showed the ability to come out on top in all these games that are tight.
And the resume speaks to that.
So, I understand why Nick is not changing.
Okay. Now the elephant in the room. What do you make of all this stuff going on behind the scenes here with the team? Now, look, we're talking about on field. Let's talk about what's going on between the combatants, KP, Nick, and Jalen. You think Jalen's is now? There's 2 ways of looking at it. Do you think he's doing this? I think these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and I'm going to take the game into my own hands, and I'm going to run the offense the way I see it. Or do you think it's this? To what you said, I'm on page with Nick. The rest of the offense is on page with Kevin Patullo, and somehow we're trying to make a soup out of this thing here. It's a little bitter right now, but yet it's edible. That's kind of what it is.
I think Nick is taking a preventative measure to avoid the conflict that you're speaking of, and that's existing in the locker room that Derek Gunn reported on. Think about it.
Do you believe that exists?
Everything that we just talked about, it all lines up perfectly. Everything we just talked about. When you're a coordinator or a wide receiver, it's impossible to be happy in this offense. So if you're Nick, you literally just take the preventative measure, play risk averse, don't push the ball downfield, get the complex concepts out of the game where maybe Jalen would struggle with, and simplify this thing. And then I'll rely on my defense and the home run ball if we need it here and there. Like, dude, Nick is taking a preventative measure to maybe prevent a stalemate between exactly what Derek Gunn reported. Jalen, people are upset with Jalen inside the building. When Derek reports that, who do people think he's talking about? I think he's talking about AJ, Devontae, and Kevin Patullo. That's how I see it. And potentially, I'll say this, I know a lot of people think Jeffrey Lurie loves Jalen. He certainly does. I think Jeffrey Lurie leans more to the side of offense. Now, he's obviously going to be good with the winning. And that's where I think Nick Sirianni has earned more respect than people are giving him. The winning is going to supersede it. But if they start to lose games on these slim margins, he's going to tell Nick, open up the offense, and we're going to see where the problem is.
Okay, I'm going to put this in movie terms to you. Do you think Jeffrey Lurie is this? You think he wants to win Academy Awards for shitty movies? Or do you think he wants Arnold Schwarzenegger and The Rock to have the biggest box office fucking hits? What do you think's the most important? To have the most successful team or the most acclaimed team?
Well, you bring up an interesting point here, and I subtly brought it up this morning. And again, we're speaking to a lot of fans who are listening right now. Appreciate everybody listening. Hit that like button. But they're not gonna view it like this. But like, dude, this is a game. Like, this is a business. This whole thing.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. One, we're talking about $100 million per game networks are paying the NFL. You're talking about billions of dollars worth of entities right now, hundreds of millions of dollars on player contracts. I mean, this thing is a massive.
Bro, it's $4 million for a 30-second commercial spot per game.
Yeah. Well, my whole point with it is like, I get winning, but like there is a little bit more that goes into the pie than like just win. You can't just simplify.
Look at the Cowboys, for instance, Zander. Last 30 years, they've had no success, and yet people have them as one of the most watched TV shows. That's a business. Exactly. Okay? That's a business there.
And by the way, that dude in Dallas, by the way, let me just do this real quick. A big resounding fuck you to everybody in the chat who tried to rip me for saying Dak Prescott was having a good year. Go turn on the Vic Fangio press conference today, everybody. Go turn it on. Dak Prescott's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You don't got to listen to me. Listen to Vic Fangio.
He also said
all you Eagle homers are like, don't say Dak is good. Dak's playing great football.
Hey, dude, the glazed donuts don't want to hear that. I mean,
by the way, I've totally stolen your glazed donuts thing.
They're just glazed donuts,
greatest
man.
Phrase ever.
Hey, dude, and you know what? You hear Vic say this. That guy makes that offense hum.
Yes, he does.
He goes. He makes that offense.
He does. Look at what. Shut the fuck up! Oh my God! Shut up, bitch.
Another glazed donut. All right. Hey, we're going to get to the supers here in a second. By the way, hit the like button. We got to get to 200 before the end of the program. Xander, I'm going to do my top 10 teams. Are you ready?
Yeah, I got my list. And wait, real quick before you start, are you having the same problems with this shit I am? Dude, the NFL does not have a lot of good teams.
No. You know what?
Teams at 3
when I got to my quarterbacks at 6, I went like this. Am I really going
to I'm at 3 and 4, and I'm like, they're the third best team. So I really struggle with my list today. I don't know. They might be way off.
The quarterbacks I struggled after 4.
Yeah, quarterbacks are tough, and there's some emerging ones too. Let's get into it. All right, go ahead. Hit me with your you going teams or quarterbacks first?
Teams first.
Okay, teams first.
At number 10, I got the Chicago Bears.
Interesting. I had them right outside mine. I like you putting them in there, though.
Number 9, I had the Green Bay Packers. Number 8, I have the Lions.
Okay.
Number 7, I've got the Bills. Number 6, I have Seattle. Number 5, I have the Patriots.
Okay, me and you were on some of these.
At number 4, I've got the Eagles. At number 3, I've got the Broncos. At number 2, I've got the Colts. And number 1, I've got the Rams.
Like your list a lot. Like your list. I think your list is pretty good, man.
I think those 4 teams, and if you look at what I just did, if you notice, I got Colts and Patriots at 2 and 3. I got the two teams that are going to play in the NFC Championship game as of right now, the Rams and the Eagles.
Yeah. I don't know how people can say it's a trash list. It's a great list. It's a great list. I mean, me and you are very close in a lot of these areas. I think your list is great. I have the Eagles a little higher, but not much higher. We're right in the same ballpark in the middle. I think your list is great. I mean, I don't see how much different you can make it. I mean, honestly. Let me give you mine. You ready?
The only reason I have the Eagles at 4 is because of their offense. If their offense is in the middle of the room, they would be 2.
I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. I have them a little higher. I'm giving them a little bit more of a curve for that defense. All right, I'm going to go. So I'll give you my honorable mentions real quick. So these are guys that fell right outside my –
I'm going to steal that
my top 10.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Bears are right outside my top 10. Bucks fell out of my top 10 for the first time. Ravens, because I think they're going to emerge here.
Yeah, they're going to win that North.
And 49ers. Those are my 4 honorable mentions. Number 10, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. They've fallen down a little bit. I still have this weird belief in me that they're going to come alive and get to the play. I don't know. They might be done, but who knows?
You know what? I wish I had stayed on my initial thing when I said I don't think they're making the playoffs, but then I backed up and said they are.
I get why you backed up.
I have to because they're 15.
Number 9, I put the Packers. I think they're a great team with a lot of great talent, but man, too streaky for me. Number 8, I got the Buffalo Bills. Impossible to disregard what Josh Allen did last week.
Yep.
That guy is he is insanely gifted. That team is Josh Allen or bust, though, and that's why I have them at 8 because
their defense is not very good. They're 18th.
Their defense is not good, and if Josh Allen doesn't play superhuman, they suck.
They suck.
So I had them at 8, though. Number 7, I put the Lions. Okay, I think that defense is and that Jared Goff, maybe a little bit exposed.
Nick Gibbs is great, though.
They have double the amount of losses this year already than they had all of last season. They had 2 losses last year. Number 6, I had the Seattle Seahawks. Me and you are in lockstep there. You had 6 Seahawks. I have Seahawks at 6. I put the Pats at 5 as well. You have the Pats at 5. Put the Pats at 5. Number 4, I put the Colts. Colts, solid quarterback, great running game, great offensive line, solid D, getting better in my opinion, but nothing super special there. But they got a good setup with the running game, the offensive line, and Daniel Jones, who's playing decent football. Number 3, I put the Denver Broncos. Similar thing there. It's hard to leave this team out of here. All right, they're winning at such a high clip. For all the people who tell me Eagles win all the time, we'll keep the same energy for the Broncos because they're doing the same damn thing. So Broncos number 3, Eagles number 2, and Rams number 1, who have the best offense in football and have a top 5 defense in football or somewhere up there. I don't know where they're graded at or statistically exactly where they are, but they got great playmakers. So Chiefs 10, Packers 9, Bills 8, Lions 7, Seahawks 6, Pats 5, Colts 4, Broncos 3, Eagles 2, Rams 1.
Rams right now have the 12th ranked defense in the NFL.
Right, and I feel like they're one of those. Remember, that offense scores a lot and scores fast, so there's more chances for the opposing defenses or offenses to score on that defense.
I think with the addition of Jalen Phillips, I think that Jalen Phillips is maybe your Verse. Okay, like he's your Jared Verse. That's a pretty compatible front. I think they have the perimeter guys. I think you have the interior guys, but Phillips might be the guy who changes the room. We'll see what happens here. All right. Here's my quarterbacks. I love your list too, by the way. So I struggled, man, finding guys at quarterback here more so.
Me too. Dude, my quarterback list, I don't even know what to think.
I got to 4 and I went, the rest of these guys are like.
If I was a listener of our show, I might listen to my own quarterback list and say that's a shit list. That's how I feel about the quarterback list.
I agree here. So number 10, I got Bo Nix.
I'm good with that.
He's 9-2. Yep. He's beating Kansas City. He's beating the Eagles. I mean, I don't know. Wait a second.
These are all the people who tell you Jalen Hurts is elite because he wins. Yeah. Bo Nix wins. If you're using that metric, what the hell? Bo Nix should be in here. Caleb Williams maybe should be in here. He's 7-1 in his last 8 games.
Dude, I couldn't put him in, but I almost did.
Think about that.
I got it, man.
All right,
Number
go ahead.
9.
Sorry, I keep cutting you.
9, I got Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I put him in my top 10, man. Can't
Yeah,
dismiss
fine.
the 8 and 2. This is where you're going to get shitty, maybe. I got Dak Prescott at number 8.
Okay, I got Dak higher on mine.
Okay. Bro, I didn't want to do it. And I had erased it, but I'm going to do it. I put Caleb Williams 7.
All right, that's high. That is woo. Woo. He's in my honorable mentions, but not 7. But all right.
I got Sam Darnold 6. He just threw 4 picks.
Well, hear me out. Caleb Williams is 7-1 in his last 8 games.
I
So
know.
I hear where you're at.
I couldn't.
Wait, you had Sam Darnold 6?
6. He just threw 4 picks.
Okay. All right.
Justin Herbert just lost. I got him at 5.
Wow, that's high. I don't even have
Look at the
him
year
on
he's
mine.
having. Look at the year
I don't
he's
think he's
having.
having that great of a year.
Bro, he's second in fucking passing.
I know. I think he's falling off though a little bit. Tons of turnovers coming in.
Bro, he's having a really good year, man.
I'm just saying he's had a bad
He's
couple of weeks.
second.
Remember, this is a year list. This isn't an overall list. I'm going off of this year. He's
Okay.
dropped on my list. That's all.
So Justin Herbert's got 20 touchdowns and 9 picks, and he's got 2,700 yards passing. 66 quarterback percentage. He's fallen off.
Dude, look at his last 2 games.
I know.
I get it. His tackles are hurt. I'm not trying to say it's all because of him.
I told you after 4, I fucking.
Bro, you told me we're doing lists based on the current year. I'm going off the current year, baby.
Yeah.
Herbert fell for me. All right, who you got 4?
I got Daniel Jones here. I got him at number 4. I've got Josh Allen at number 3. I've got Drake May at 2. And I got Stafford at 1. See, to me, my 4, they make more sense to me. Jones, Allen, May, and Stafford. Those are the 4 best quarterbacks in the NFL right now this year, in my opinion. Herbert's
I don't
probably
hate
high.
all of your list, but I hate some of your list.
Yeah, Herbert's probably too high. Caleb Williams, dude. If
All right, you want to hear mine?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let me give you mine. Eagle fans, get ready to be mad at me. I'm the bad guy now, okay? I got to give you, ready? You're going to be mad at me now because I'm taking it too far. I have 6 honorable mentions. What the fuck? I mean, is it a top 10 list or what? But Caleb Williams is an honorable mention. Baker Mayfield is an honorable mention. Herbert's an honorable mention. Bryce Young is an honorable mention. On the come up a little bit. Jordan Love is an honorable mention. Jared Goff, honorable mention. Number 10, Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Number 10 right now. Number 9, Bo Nix. Number 8, Sam Darnold. Number 7, Daniel Jones. Number 6, a lot of this is based on my belief that he will return to form. Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
Number
okay.
6.
All right.
Number 5, Dak Prescott. Done listening to Eagle fans who tell me I'm not allowed to put Dak on the list. That dude, I'm sorry. I watched the game last night. I have 2 takeaways from the game. 1, I understand playing that way doesn't always lead to wins. Okay, I'm happy with our wins. Number 2, why the fuck does it look so easy for him to get his receivers the football?
Because
it's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world for Dak Prescott to get his 2 receivers the ball. Jalen Hurts can't get his 2 receivers the ball. It looks like he's grinding gears, scratching his nails on a chalkboard to get these guys the football. I don't understand why it's so hard for the Eagles to get their guys the ball. Dak gets the guys the ball. So easy, man. Okay? Absolutely. I think Sileo is frozen. Let me see if he comes back. Yeah, Silz is completely frozen. Wait, you back? There you are.
Really? It froze?
Yeah, you're froze for like a couple of seconds, like a minute there.
Huh.
All right, you back? Did you hear what I put?
Yeah, I did.
I put Dak at 5.
Yeah.
All right. Again, guy gets his playmakers the fucking ball easily. All right. Number 4, Pat Mahomes. Again, now people like, I don't know why he's that high, but he's Pat Mahomes, I guess. Number 3, I got Drake May. Number 2, I got a massive surge from Josh Allen. I'm sorry, you put up 6 fucking touchdowns, dude. I'm with a team that I don't think has a lot of
357 yards in offense.
I mean, that dude can play. And number 1, I got Matthew Stafford.
37 years old. He's the best quarterback in the game right now.
Yeah, shooting up morphine or whatever the hell he's doing for his back.
Look what he's – did you hear that one number, too, that coach said about – help me out on this. How is Devontae Adams not in the top 10 in targets, and he's leading the NFL in touchdown receptions? It's because you got a fucking elite quarterback throwing in the ball. You're not just – get this, Zander. You're not just getting him targets. You're getting him quality targets. I like your list, dude.
All right, I'll rattle off one more time. Hurts 10. I think I went generous there for you buttercups who need it. Could have easily replaced him with Baker. Could have easily replaced him with Herbert. Could have easily replaced him with fucking Bryce Young, who's resurged, okay? Bo Nix 9.
You did that. You did that for all the glazed donut guys.
Yeah, for the glazy boys. For the glazy boys. For Brian Waddingtons of the world.
Yeah.
Darnold 8. Daniel Jones 7. Lamar Jackson 6. Dak Prescott 5. Pat Mahomes 4. Drake May 3. Josh Allen 2. And Matthew Stafford 1.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you had Dak that fucking night. That's great. You're right to do that.
Dak is playing, dude, Dak's got one of the worst defenses in pro football.
No doubt.
Like,
no, he has the second worst.
What is the quarterback's job? What is the textbook definition of a quarterback's job for a football team? You're the distributor of the football. You touch the play every single play on offense.
That's right.
That guy gets his playmakers the football. Again, you were frozen. I don't know if you heard me.
I did.
Jalen trying to get his playmakers the ball. It's like nails on a chalkboard. It feels like it's the hardest thing in the world. We're calling for a new offensive coordinator to try and get a pass to A.J. Brown. Dak comes out. He's like, do.
Hey, listen. Let's do me a favor here so we can get to the supers here. Let me do a 30-second spot for Morgan & Morgan because I haven't taken a commercial yet.
Oh shit! It's 5:50.
Let me do it. Let me do a 30.
It was that late. Damn.
I didn't even know. I forgot. Let me do one here. All right, folks. My friends at Morgan & Morgan, the #1 injury law firm in all of America for a reason, and that is because they win. They are the #1 injury law firm for that simple reason is because they defend families like you coast to coast with their thousands of attorneys. No matter what it is, if you're ever injured on the job, please do me a favor. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529 and do me a favor. You tell them Big Sales sent you.
There's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king.
Oh, did you hear? Jackie and Tom
are getting a divorce? Mm-hmm. Sad.
Well, I heard that Ashley
had work done on her face? Yeah, oof.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
Bathroom? Okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Oh, okay.
A lot of fun today, man. I think that's what we've been kind of crawling up on today. Let's do these supers, dude.
Yeah, let's do them. I knew putting Dak on there was going to get the people going. They're going to get the people going. Ah! Dak, getting that ball out, folks. Here's Steve-O. What's up, Steve-O? Rookie offensive play caller to me is a no-brainer. Unleash 22 Hurts. Steve-O, is he in there still, you think? A long time ago, man. 3 seasons in the NFL is like remember, Jair Alexander was an all-pro in 22.
Dude, 22 is a long time ago, man. That's a century ago.
Long time ago in football world. It's a long time.
No doubt.
Here's Steve-O again. Steve-O, thank you, man. Appreciate you as always. They're going to be forced to release 22 Hurts. Then I know we'll be straight. The offense will finally be better. Release fans, unleash it. It'll probably be a Lurie call.
They're not going to do that. As long as they continue to win, Zander's right. They're not going to do that. If I hear risk averse again, I'm going to cut my throat. I'm sick of that risk averse comment. John has Two things he coined this year: risk averse and Timu.
Everybody's talking about risk averse too.
I hear it on IP now.
Everywhere. John's been on a heater this year, dude.
Yes.
Aloof. Remember, this Derek Gunn report, John talked about this on Birds 365 2 months ago. And people got so mad at him. And now I know why the Eagles called up John immediately when I posted that video. Immediately they called him. Literally, same day when he said aloof.
What a bunch of balls that is.
I'm just saying, they're
person that works for someone else.
They're sensitive about that.
Man, that really takes a lot of stones.
Yeah, which maybe is why they're so upset here. Everybody's so upset about this Derek Gunn thing. Everybody's uptight, and sometimes when there's that much pressure on something,
I love it.
Even people who deny, they know there's something there. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh, God. I love this, man.
Here's Christopher. How do they have to accept this offense as dog shit? And Jalen lovers, he's a big part of that. Have to shed money on the O and spend money on the D moving forward. I think that's what they're going to do.
I think that's what they're going to go to. I think AJ's gone at the end of the season. He'll be gone by March, in my opinion.
Man, would I love to give Jeffrey Lurie like a truth serum and just have him in a room and just say, what do you think? What's your mind on this team?
As long as they win, we're going to do this. Once they start losing, we're changing things. That's what
remember,
I think.
You brought it up earlier in this segment. He's a movie guy, man. He's an offensive.
Oh,
just saying.
It's a movie guy.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's JD3. What up, JD? Appreciate you, my man. One day, everyone will look back and realize Jalen Hurts handicapped Nick Sirianni's offense. It may happen sooner than we think. People are noticing. Well, his offense didn't stink with Phillip Rivers. That's for damn sure.
Dude, Phillip Rivers had one of his best.
What did Frank Reich say about you? You guys like Frank Reich? Are you guys Frank Reich fans? You guys value Frank Reich's opinion and his word?
Won a Super Bowl.
Okay, well, go listen to what he said about Nick Sirianni on this fucking show, right on this channel.
By the way, the two times that Phillip Rivers had his best years is when Nick was the offensive coach, when he was the quarterback coach with Frank Reich, who was the OC, and when Rivers was in Indianapolis with Frank.
Yep, correct. And Nick was the
best
OC.
Years ever.
And Nick was there. All right, here we go. Tyler Kilgore, is Hurts done growing? Can a B plus OC help? KP is minus F. Yeah, what do you put Kellen Moore? He was the author of two of the best passing games in football, 2 years in a row.
I would put it this way. You're going to continue to have Hurts not develop as long as you have that attitude on how you're going to approach winning games. He's never going to grow. How can he grow? They're telling him, hey, do me a favor. Don't turn the ball over. Don't throw it across the middle of the field and only throw 5-yard outs and improvise. Bro, that's not how you develop a quarterback in today's NFL. Coach even said that.
Walk out. I think you might have got this. Angelo's absolutely can't miss. Thanks for giving him the platform. Best, Bill K. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it, man.
Angelo was funny today. I've never seen a guy fall into a patch of clovers.
By the way, you fall for it too, man. You go right into his shit, man. You're like, yeah.
I throw the logs.
He's a little delulu about Jalen Hurts.
What's that?
He's a little delulu about Jalen Hurts.
Oh, he is. But I like throwing logs on fires, man. I do. I won't lie about that.
Here's Mahil. You might have got this. Silz offense was bad under Nick, so they gave it to Shane. Then it was bad under Brian, Nick's boy. Then it was better under Kellen. Now it's bad under Nick's Bobo. Are we seeing a trend yet? You think the offense was bad under Brian Johnson? Boy, you must really think it sucks.
Dude, it was 8th overall, really.
8th overall. They were the 16th ranked passing offense. We even sniffed the 16th ranked passing offense in 2 years.
Dude, think of that. And you're fucking, what is it? Wait a minute. Last 2 years, regular season. Let me get this right again. So you're 22-5. You're fucking crazy. Dude, Angelo's right, though. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this, Zander.
Yeah, what was the quote he used? I wrote it down. I put, this is a football miracle.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Did we get all the supers here?
Here's Michael. I think Michael's a resident Cowboy fan. He might be happy with me today. Where's that glazed donut Philly 500?
That's tomorrow.
I love Philly 500, man.
Hey, Michael Urban Thursday.
Oh, that's great. Yo, somebody commented, you got to get Jimmy on to talk about the coaching philosophy here.
Okay.
risk averse, limiting possessions, things like that, where I wonder, like, a coach like that would have a great perspective on what we talked about today.
I think
Is
he'd be
Nick
on Nick's
actually
side.
smart to do this?
No,
You
I
know?
think he'd be on Nick's side because you know what his two things were? Penalties, turnovers. Remember what I told you he used to tell us? Here was the number one thing that Jimmy Johnson used to tell us. I don't care about explosion plays. Don't be the asshole that makes the dumb play. And that's the turnover.
Right.
He
That's Nick.
hated turnovers, dude. You want to get on his shit list? Have a pre-snap penalty?
Wait, so Reyes is saying, so Reyes is team Nick, obviously. But Reyes, if you're team Nick, that means you're going to have some uncomfortable conversations about your boy and your boyfriend, Jalen Hurts. Okay?
Big Z.
All right, I'm out of here. You end the show. You don't have to go a minute over.
Yeah,
This
I
dude
gotta
talks sports for 7 hours
end
a day.
this
He's
back
gotta rest
up
that
here.
voice.
Hey, dude, dude, great stuff as always. We had a lot of fun today, man. Today was a
We
fun
always
show.
do, man. We always do.
Yeah,
Even when I'm
absolutely.
pissed off.
No, you're
You
the
see-
good. No.
Wait, do you see what my enlightenment has done for even your
No,
program?
look. You went just like this. Look, hey, I just have to come to grips with it that we're the sorriest offensive pro football. We got a defense that's going to win us. And Jalen, don't fuck up. We're going to win a Super Bowl. That's what you're thinking now.
I'm a happier man today. I'm a happier man this week. Okay?
You had an epiphany. You're ready to
Although
rock.
being happy is the most overrated bullshit in the world. If you're a man out there, you don't strive to be fucking happy.
Oh,
All right?
man.
Get that shit out of here. Silz, I love you, brother. I'll catch you
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
love you too, man. I'll see you tomorrow, bro.